Hello, my beautiful people. Today's topic is how to say yes in Polish, because I have realized that we actually have a video on how to say no, but we don't have a video on how to say yes. So this is the topic of this video. We do have the video on how to say okay, but here I want to explore the options, particularly for the word yes and not okay. But make sure to check that other video too, because it's quite a handful and there's a lot of examples there too. And we see each other after the intro. Okay, so I have my copy with me. I am all ready and set to tell you how to say yes. But first of all, let's find out how to say yes officially. It's very simple. It's 3 letters and it's tak. 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 So that's how we say yes in Polish, and that's the official way. But apart from that, I have a list here, and we will start with the easy ones to translate. Number 1 is dobrze. 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 And dobrze means good, you know? So we often also use it as a way of responding to someone that we agree with what they're saying. Usually, literally, it can be substituted for the word tak. So whenever you say tak, you can also say dobrze. The only thing with dobrze, that dobrze has this a little bit more of a connotation that you're agreeing to something. So let's say someone tells you, oh, are we going to go to the cinema tonight? You can say tak, but tak can sound a little bit like, obviously we talked about it before, or it doesn't have to, but it may, depending on your intonation. But you in this situation can say dobrze, particularly if you haven't been informed about this topic before. So if your friend or whoever didn't tell you before that they want to go to cinema with you, and maybe they say it last minute, and as a first time that you agree to this, you can tell them dobrze, dobrze. You can say dobrze, dobry pomysł, good idea, dobry pomysł, dobrze. So that's number 1. And dobrze means good, okay? Number 2, nie inaczej, nie inaczej, nie inaczej. So what does nie inaczej mean? Nie inaczej means not differently. Not differently, because you're asking me that, I will agree to it, I will say yes, I will say tak, so there's no other option available, and nothing different. So not differently is the translation of nie inaczej, and it's also responding to something that is just so obvious that you will say yes to. So yeah, that's another one that's quite often used. Number 3 is oczywiście. Oczywiście. So it's a little bit hard. We have the double letter ch, okay? Ch, but it's not hard because we know that ch is pronounced the same way as ch, the sound chocolate. Ch, chocolate is the same sound. So ch, oczy, ście, ście. Shi is the special letter, and then we have another double letter, ci. That's made from C and I. Ci. So oczywiście. Oczywiście. And oczywiście means of course. So we all know how to use of course, and yes, we all know how to use it. So oczywiście. Number 4 is jasne. 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 So jasne is easy to pronounce, that's really nice, but how do we translate jasne? Jasne is translated in English too, sure. So we also translate it as sure, So that's simple, but what does jasne actually mean in its literal translation? In its literal translation, jasne means bright. So the idea of someone who you're agreeing with, you're answering yes, you're answering sure, you're answering jasne, is because the idea was so bright that, you know, it enlightened your mood to the acceptance of it. Okay, that's a very poetic way of dealing with it, but that would be kind of probably the origin of how we even came up with answering the word bright to someone. You know, it's probably of that kind, because the idea was so bright that you have to agree to it. So jasne. Number 5 is jak najbardziej. Jak najbardziej. So jak is the first word, and then najbardziej. So it's a little bit long, but let's break it down. Najbardziej. J. So we have our triple letter that's made from D, Z, I, and it sounds like G, najbardziej, because then we have E afterwards, and that E is what makes the sound J, and then, you know, the J letter we pronounce as Y actually in English. So anyway, so najbardziej, jak najbardziej, jak najbardziej. And what does jak najbardziej mean? We can translate it to most definitely. Most definitely. Jak najbardziej. But the interesting thing is to how its literal translation sounds in English. Because the literal translation in English sounds how the most. How the most. Because jak is how and najbardziej is the most. Jak najbardziej. How the most is the literal translation of it. Have no clue how to even come up with why we would answer that, but I would imagine that how the most is like how the most bright idea you had. Probably something of this kind of thing, you know, that's the kind of rhetoric we go with in Poland. So jak najbardziej is our number 5. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short video. I will see you in the next one. Please subscribe, give me a like, because that helps me. We are growing this channel, and make sure to check out my Spanglish Eva Cam Instagram page. Ciao!